Hello students, in my last video I started the chapter electrolysis. Today in this class I will continue the same chapter. See, let us discuss the electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate solution. There are two different types of electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate solution. First, we can do in presence of active electrodes. Active electrodes, I said copper, nickel, platinum, copper, nickel, silver, these are the active electrodes. Now here we are taking copper as the anode, which is an active electrode. Electrolyte, we are taking copper sulfate solution and it is aqueous, so there will be the dissociation of water also. Now see, copper sulfate will dissociate to form copper 2 plus and SO4 2 minus, and likewise H2O will dissociate to form H plus and OH minus. We are having two types of cations, two different types of cations. One is copper 2 plus, another is hydrogen plus. So which one will migrate to cathode? That depends on that reactivity series. According to the reactivity series, as copper is placed below hydrogen, so copper will first migrate to cathode. So we can see at cathode what will happen. Copper 2 plus will gain 2 electrons in the process of reduction and will form copper metal. At anode, what will happen? See, we are having two different types of anions, SO4 2 minus and OH minus, that is one sulfate and hydroxide, but nobody will migrate. That means neither sulfate nor OH minus will migrate to the anode, because anode itself is an active electrode, that is copper electrode. So there will be oxidation reaction of copper. By losing 2 electrons, it will form copper 2 plus. And this copper 2 plus ion, which is blue in color, will move to the solution after the formation of copper 2 plus. So we can see the observation at cathode, brownish pink colored copper metal will form, and at anode nothing. No product will form at anode. There will be a loss of mass of anode because the anode, which is made up of copper, is reducing by the formation of copper 2 plus, which is moving to the solution. So definitely there will be a loss of mass of anode. And another observation, blue color of the solution will remain unchanged. That means that copper sulfate is dissociating to form copper 2 plus, which is blue in color, and this copper 2 plus is moving to the cathode, making the solution colorless. But again, this copper 2 plus, which is forming at anode, is coming back to the solution to make the solution blue. So we can say that blue color of the solution will remain unchanged. Next one, what will happen if we do the same process in presence of inert electrode? Inert electrode, we can take graphite, platinum, etc. Here the same dissociation will occur. Copper sulfate will dissociate to form copper 2 plus and SO4 2 minus, and H2O will dissociate to form H plus and OH minus. At cathode, copper 2 plus will move. Copper 2 plus, by gaining of 2 electrons, it will form copper metal. And as here I have taken inert electrodes, so what will happen? This OH minus, which is placed below sulfate in the electrochemical series or reactivity series, this OH minus will move to the anode, and by losing 1 electron, it will form OH radical, and from OH radical we will get water and oxygen. So product at anode will be oxygen gas. Product at cathode will be the same as copper metal, and product at anode will be oxygen gas. And what will be the observation? Blue color of the solution will change, will be fade, because all this copper 2 plus, which is blue in color, are moving to the cathode, making the solution fade. Next is application of electrolysis. There are three applications, main applications of electrolysis. First one, electroplating. Second one, electro refining or purification, and third one, electrometallurgy. We will discuss individually all these applications in my next page. Now see, first one, electroplating of metal. What is electroplating? Electroplating is the electrolytic process of deposition of a superior metal. Superior metal, for example, nickel, silver, aurium, that is gold, chromium, etc., on the surface of a baser metal like iron, copper, brush, etc. Now the question is, why do we electroplate the metal? Why do we electroplate the metal? We electroplate the metal to make it more attractive. The first point may be like that, to make it more attractive, to prevent rusting or to prevent corrosion, and next one, to increase to enhance its resistivity. Okay, so next one, the conditions. Conditions, the article to be electroplated is always placed at the cathode because during electrolytic reaction, the metal is always deposited at the cathode by gaining of electrons. Next one, the metal to be plated on the article is always made up the anode because at anode oxidation occurs and the metal is coming by the formation of metallic ion to the solution, and from the solution it is going back to the cathode to deposit on the baser metal. Next one, the electrolyte must contain ions of the metal used for the plating on the article because the electrolyte dissociate into ions of the metal which migrate towards the cathode and are deposited as neutral metallic atoms on the cathode. Next one, a low current for a longer time should be used because higher current causes uneven deposition of the metal. Longer time and low current initiates a thicker uniform deposition. So we can say for the uniform smooth deposition we need a low current for a longer time. Next one, a direct current and not AC current should be used because AC current causes discharge and ionization of alternate at the cathode, thus giving no effective coating. So we are taking an example like electroplating with nickel on iron. That is, with nickel on iron, the metal to be electroplated is Fe, and by which it is electroplated it is nickel. So electrolyte, we will take nickel sulfate. Always we are taking the electrolyte where we are having the same ion, same cation with the anode one. So cathode we are taking iron because I said the condition is the metal on which we are electroplating always kept at cathode, and by which we are electroplating always kept at anode. So nickel sulfate will dissociate to form nickel 2 plus and sulfate 2 minus, and water, it is as it is aqueous solution, will dissociate to form H plus and OH minus. At cathode, nickel 2 plus, as nickel 2 plus is placed below hydrogen plus in the reactivity series. So nickel 2 plus, by gaining 2 electrons it will form nickel, that is deposited 1 anode. That nickel will lose 2 electrons to form nickel 2 plus, which will go to the solution. So what will happen? We have taken this iron at cathode and nickel is coming and coating the iron. Next one, electroplating with Ag on copper. Electrolyte we are taking, it is sodium argentocyanide. Why we are not taking silver nitrate, which is the simplest one, because in case of silver nitrate there is an uneven deposition. So this is for the smooth uniform deposition we are taking sodium argentocyanide. Here sodium argentocyanide will dissociate to form sodium ion, silver ion and Cn minus ion, and water will dissociate to form H plus and OH minus. So we can see here Na plus, we are having two types of cations, Na plus and Hg plus. As Hg plus is placed below sodium plus, so what will happen? Hg plus, that is silver ion, will move to the cathode and by gaining one electron it will form silver metal. So this, and already we have kept this copper in cathode. So what will happen? This silver will coat that copper, and anode, what will happen? Ag will lose one electron to form Ag plus, and this Ag plus will come back to the solution. These were all for the electroplating. Next day we will discuss the next process, that is electrorefining and electrometallurgy. Thank you.